it's your girl Autumn, and we are back with another edition of As a Fan of College Football, where I cover college football related content through the eyes of a fan. Before we get started up in this piece, do me a favor, do me a solid. Go ahead and hit the like because you like the video. And I'm up late doing this. It's been a rough week. You know what I'm saying? Two, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Because why not? You like a video, why don't you subscribe too? And go ahead and hit the notification bell so that you will be the first to know when I am out here in these YouTube streets. I have questions for week 7. Okay, this is like every video that I am doing this week is just all about questions. Like, there are so many things that I am just not understanding, like how Indiana went on out to Eugene, Oregon, and beat the number 2 team in the country 30-20. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my theory. I'll get to it towards the end as to exactly how I feel about Oregon. But it was interesting, right? It was an interesting game if you got to watch it. Indiana, just as a note, had not beaten a top 5 team since beating number 3 Purdue in 1967. So kudos to Indiana. You know what I'm saying? They went in there and they like, we gonna break this real stupid losing streak that we had since 1967. And they looking good. You know, Indiana's looking pretty good. They actually beat, I think it was Illinois last week, like 63-10. And you know what I mean? They out here doing what needs to be done. So you can't even be mad at them. Unfortunately for Oregon, Indiana's defense was on their ass. Like, Indiana's defense was all over the place. Quarterback Dante Moore was 21 of the 34 for 186 yards, one touchdown, and 2 interceptions. But he was also sacked 6 times. Again, here we are talking about another game where a quarterback is being sacked more than twice. I think 2 times is too many. You know what I'm saying? But 6 times, it's like this recurring thing week after week after week. We're seeing these quarterbacks on their back like all the time, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me at this level of football. All right, so Oregon was down 20-13 going into the 4th quarter when Brandon Finney of Indiana got that good interception and ran it back 35 yards to tie the game. So now they tied 20-20. But then right on the next series, Dante Moore threw an interception, and it set up, and Lewis Moore got the interception, and that set up another score for Indiana. So Fernando Mendoza went 20 of 31 for 215 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Cignetti and crew snapped Oregon's 18 home game winning streak. It was something that actually, the Buckeyes should have did last year. But we didn't. We went out to Oregon and lost. It wasn't like a terrible loss. I say that all the time, but an L is an L. So yeah, again, kudos to Indiana, Cignetti and crew. Indiana has replaced Oregon at number 3 on the AP polls, while Oregon falls to number 8. Here's what I think. Here's my how do I want to say this? Here's what I feel, or how I feel about Oregon. And I don't want to say this in a way that's going to like discredit their athleticism and, their team overall. Like, I think that they, as long as they were at the number 2 team, I believe that that's where they should have been. They've played great this season. They played great last season. Like, big kudos to Oregon. But what I think about Oregon is Oregon survives on like hype. Like, you guys know how Dan Lanning is just so like, he's just like, he can run through a brick wall at any moment. I feel like that's the type of it's like on energy. It's like they thrive on energy. And I can bet that when that game got tied up and that crowd kind of like deflated a little bit, I just think that it went with them. You know what I'm saying? The air that the crowd sucked out the crowd, they also sucked it out of Oregon. Like I just they're just one of those teams. It's like they're, even in looking at their social media and like a lot of their players and the things that they're do, they are hype. Like they are just a hype, energetic, group of individuals. I mean, they did that. They did a couple of videos that I was just like, I don't really feel like that was all necessary. But that's what I feel like. Again, I'm not discrediting their ability to win. I'm not discrediting how great of a team they are. But I just think that they thrive off of energy. And it's like once it's depleted, it's just gone. Like it's just out of there. So I don't know. That's how I feel about Oregon. So tell me this in the comments below. Is Indiana the real deal? Are they? Like, again, this is a team that we hadn't heard much about until this year. Like, I mean, of course we've heard about them, but they've really been on the rise this year. And I just want to know if people think that they are for real, or is this just, or will it tell its tale during the playoffs, because we all know how that goes, right? So, and they'll more than likely be in the playoffs. So, if they win out, they'll more than likely be in the playoffs. So I guess we're gonna have to see. I think that once the playoffs get here, we're gonna see a lot of people's true colors, and you know, a lot of things are gonna be revealed. So, are they the real deal, or was it one of them things where they caught Oregon slipping? Let me know in the comments below. And until you hear me or see me again, peace.